welcome to this channel. This officially is my first video. I've never made a YouTube video before, although I did appear in my friend's YouTube video last week where I just explained the process of how to requalify as a lawyer in Canada. And following some of the personal feedback I got from those who saw that video, and the knowledge that I shared, I've received a lot of encouragement that perhaps I should really have this channel and try to talk to people, help them understand the process of becoming a lawyer, as well as other things, because I do share a lot of personal development of information on my social media pages. So, um, this is really my first video, but I'm making this video today just because one of those things I mentioned in Teller's video, which I'm going to put the link in the description box below. Uh, so one of these applications opened up today, January 22nd, and it closes in exactly 1 week, January 29. And I thought it wise that I should have this video so I can really help a lot of people understand how to go about this application and avoid um, mistakes, or even know that the portal exists generally. So in a short period, I'm going to open up my screen, share my screen, and show you how to access this particular portal where you can make your applications to law firms in Canada, either for summer positions or even for articling positions. As I mentioned in my interview video with Teller, a lot of law firms, about 90 to 95% of law firms in Canada, make their recruitment for summer positions or articling positions through a particular portal, which is called the VLAW portal. So it's very necessary that you know that this portal exists and that you make your application using this portal. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. So, following my last video with Teller, which I will put in the description box below, where I explained, the process of getting requalified as a lawyer in Canada, um, the entire process, the NTA assessment, the writing the NTA exams, as well as the process for securing articling positions, um, which usually is the final step for you to requalify and becoming a lawyer. I've had a number of questions, you know, chats, DMs about, explaining the process a little bit more. And while I would obviously make more videos in this regard, again, thanks to the encouragement of Tele and a couple of other friends who said, you can actually have a YouTube channel yourself, explain these things, break it down more to people, and just seeing that there's really that um, incredible demand for people to understand the process. I thought it wise to make this video today just to explain you know um how you can get articling positions or summer positions. I had mentioned in that video that I did with Tele, and which I really strongly recommend that you should watch that video. The fact that there are different ways by which you can get a summer position. However, many law firms in Canada operate and carry out almost all of their recruitment through this website that you're seeing on the screen right now. So, what you need to do is to open an account, create an account here, and then complete the entire process, information and all of that, and you obviously will be able to apply to a lot of law firms. So the reason why I'm making this quick video, of course, if you're watching this, you probably see that I have no videos here. I've obviously never really had a YouTube channel. Um, is that just thinking through this and just looking through the portal, I discovered that one of the applications actually opened today, January 22nd, and it's going to close on January 29th. That is the 1L summer position for law firms. And I'm going to explain quickly what these summer positions mean. So I had mentioned in my video with Teller, and I'm going to also reiterate here. A lot of law firms, especially the top law firms in Canada, all prefer to hire their articling students from their summer cohort, from their summer classes. So what this means essentially is that if you really want to stand a good chance of getting into a top tier law firm, or even some mid-sized law firms, you obviously would need to go through the summer program. That's the first thing. The second part of it is that most of them, again, about 90 to 95% of Canadian law firms, especially mid-sized and top-tier law firm, do not take applications directly. So they take applications through this portal known as the VLaw portal that you're seeing on the screen. And so this process again could be very confusing for a lot of people. So how do you create an account? How do you put in your documents to ensure that you make your application stand out? How do you complete the entire thing? How are you able to um, schedule your interviews with all of these law firms? So in this short video, I'm going to open your eyes to this portal. I'm going to go through the entire process of registration, show you how you can upload your documents, and also show you how you can know when these law firms will be taking applications so you can target and plan yourself for this. Now, this is something about articling positions, right? Usually, there are two or three levels or different types of applications that can happen. You can have the 1L summer recruit, which is the first thing that's happening at the beginning of the year. You can have the 2L summer recruit, and then you can have the direct articling applications. Now, let me start from the direct articling applications. Like I mentioned before, many law firms do not take direct articling applications simply because they would have filled their entire articling class from the summer positions, i.e., the 1L summer or the 2L summer recruits. So what happens then is that only if a handful of law firms would be available when direct articling applications open up on the portal. This is usually just trying to fill out whatever positions remain unfilled from the summer classes. So in the situation where maybe one law firm had space for like 10 or 11 people, and then they had maybe 10 or that same exact 11 from the summer class that they've offered positions. Some of them may have gotten, they may have like two or three offers. Some may decide to take a gap year before coming back to article. Some may decide that they want to do other things with their lives. Some may want to do a clerkship with the courts instead. So they will take breaks, and then you know and then some may just have personal reasons why they don't want to article in that particular year. So that creates a bit of vacancy for some law firms. Some other law firms, just as a policy, to also have it open that they can take direct articling applications. So it totally depends on what the particular law firm you're looking at is doing. But I can assure you that many law firms do not have a lot of slots for direct articling applications. So especially when you're looking at top law firms, just as a matter of policy. One, because when many law firms have a general view that if you come in through articling, they see you as a potential partner at the law firm. So in as much as you're only getting a direct offer for your articling year, it at the back of their minds, they are also viewing you that if you are good enough, you obviously would be retained and then you can progress through the ranks. So this is exactly why a lot of them prefer that you come in through the summer cohort first. So when you come in through the summer cohort, they're able to see, do you fit into the culture of the firm? Do you are you the kind of person they would like to work with? Are you teachable? Do you possess requisite legal and interpersonal skills that they can have in their office? So understanding this articling position and how this works, and knowing that a summer position may be very important to you, it could also work for you that you need to then understand how to make 1L and 2L summer positions. So the first part of it is that what is a 1L and what is a 2L position? So 1L positions are positions that are generally open to what you call the first year law students, and then 2L is for second year law students. So that position, when you get it, happens between you resume into the office between May to August of that given year. Then after in between that summertime, if the firm is satisfied about your performance, they then offer you an articling position with the firm. Now, the difference between 1L and 2L is that a 2L summer student, once you're done, you're going back to school to do your 3L. and then upon the conclusion of your 3L, you resume for articling. A 1L student is expected that upon the conclusion of the 1L summer term, you go back for your 2L. And usually, if you then have an articling offer from the firm, you would come back after your 3L. So, generally, a 1L position isn't the best fit for an internationally trained lawyer to apply to when you're looking for articling positions. However, a lot of law firms also recognize that this is the period where they can do mass recruitment, right? 1L periods and 2L periods. And so it may be beneficial for an internationally trained lawyer that hopes to requalify in Canada, should apply for a 1L position. So one of the, or even the 2L. So one of the things that would happen, even though normally you would need to come back after 2 years for you to be able to article, a number of law firms can create exceptions for internationally trained lawyers. So I've seen instances where those law firms, instead of offering an ITL, a 1L position after going through the entire interview phase, they might offer that person a direct articling or give that person a direct articling offer. Some would then say, conclude the 1L and then join us the following year for articling, thereby you skipping the 2L part. And therefore, some that have very strict calendar may insist on you coming back in 2 years. Either way, it is first a good opportunity for you to put yourself out there, learn about the interview process, get some interview skills under your belt. If you're lucky, get an offer for a direct articling position. Otherwise, even if you get an offer and you have to wait a certain period, you know you have something guaranteed for your future. So, having given this basic explanation, what I would do is to then show you how to navigate this portal. So, come along with me. So, as you can see on the screen, the portal is called recruitcdn.viglobalcloud.com. Once you come on this portal, or if you just simply Google VI Law Portal, you would have access to this portal. So let's do this. Once you do the V Law Portal, you see it automatically comes to this page. And so once you have this page on, you would have this options here, whether you want to do the English portion or you want to access the portal via the French option. As you may know, Canada, the two official languages in Canada is English and French, and almost all official correspondence would come in either English or French. So of course I only speak English, so I'm going to select English. So here again, you then have to select whether you're a student, you're an employer, or a law school career counselor. Obviously, if you're making an application, you would be under the student category, so that's what you click. Now, one thing that happens with this portal is that at the end of each year, and in accordance with the GDPR, they delete all students' information. So, which means at the beginning of a new year, you would have to create an account. Of course, you can see that I already have an account here. So, obviously, because I have this, I will try to log in. But you can see invalid email address and or password. This is because my profile from previous years have been deleted. So has been deleted, and so I would need to create a new account. But before we do that, I want you to look at this side where we have the schedule for each of the years. So you see the first year position for Toronto opened on December 18, 2023 and will close on January 24. That's just in 2 days. Then for Hamilton, Niagara region, it's opened on January 3rd and it's closing today, January 22nd, when I'm making this video. But for Calgary, Alberta, which is where I reside, and which is why I'm making this video, it's opening today and it will close on January 29th. So this is important that you need to know exactly when um, you know, um, uh, all of these applications are opening, so that you can plan yourself and ensure that you have every required material. Now, for second year summer student positions, you see some of them are already open in different places, but I will show you where you can access all of that information. However, let's go ahead and create a new account. So what's going to happen is that you're going to create, put in all of your information here, and then you can um, go ahead. So I'm just going to put in some of my information. So you see, it says my profile is not yet complete. So once we have all of this information in here, you're then going to come in here and create, you add your phone number, you add other details, you update this information, your home address, your phone number, you add your type of school. Now, this is one of the areas that confuses a lot of people. So if you come in here, you would enter your undergrad school. So say for instance uh, schooled in Nigeria. Of course, you're going to put, you put the degree you got, bachelor's of law or something related to that. And I want you to do that. You complete the entire information here. Class rank, you know the rank that your grade, was in school. So you try to put that in there. If it was honor, you can convert some of these things into what we use in Nigeria and have all of those in there. And then you can, of course, put in some comments for you to be able to explain and remember what it was. Then, um, so once you do that, you add you add your law school, you add other information about yourself. So obviously, you would enter, your undergraduate school. Um, you enter your undergraduate school. This is undergrad. Law school, you probably select order and explain, qualifying certificate to the Nigerian bar. You add all of this information there, and then you move on. And then you come under my documents. Here, you want to add the different types, your cover letter for each application you're making, your resume. If you have your unit transcript, you want to add it. If you have a master's degree and you want to add your graduate degree transcript, you add that. Um, or even if you have your law school breakdown, as well as if you've completed the NCAs, excuse me, if you've completed the NCAs and you also have um, the NCA transcript. You can also add the NCA transcript as um, law transcript, right? And if you have a reference letter, you want to add that list of references. Some law firms may require you to, excuse me, add a writing sample. And so you'd select whatever writing that you've done before and then you add that into this portal. Once you're done with uploading all of those documents, you add each document individually. Then you'd see my application, obviously, because I've not made any application, so there's nothing here, right? Now, you can also come to job search, and this is where you're going to be able to search for information. Now, one of the things we have here is that I cannot make any job search because I have not completed this profile. But assuming I've completed this profile, I'll be able to make an application. So for what it's worth, let me just add something in here. So primary law degree order. Um, order. Yeah. So I graduated in 2015. It was 2015, but it wasn't this 2016. So say I had in here, I had a 3.99. I was in top 5 to 10% honors. Um, see about Femi Awolowo University, Ife, Nigeria. Right. So it says has to be numeric. Yeah. sorry, 3.99 current year of law school graduated. So you see, record has been added. So say I want to add Nigerian law school. So of course, this is what qualifies more like JD. So I'm going to leave that here and say Nigeria, and then of course international. Then I'll put this one 2017. My quarter was December. I had a 2-1. My class rank, I was in top 5%. Um, Graduated Nigerian law school, Nigeria. Yeah. So you see, I have this information here, and so um, say other legal education. So I have a LLM, United Kingdom. So say I check for my school, University of Aberdeen, 2021 February. I did. Um, there was no number, but um, distinction, graduated. So I had that. Then I had my second master's, Canada University of Calgary, Faculty of Law, graduated in 2023 May. I had a four. Had a 3.9 over 4. Yeah, it was a 3.90 over 4, right? So top 1%, distinction, whatever that is, graduated. Yeah, okay. All right. So because I have all of this information in now, you see, I can come into. So student will ask me to add documents. So obviously, I'll come into document. Say I had a cover letter and all of that. But importantly, is that I want you to come here, session schedule. So you see, in Calgary, what you have is that 22 positions are open. So 22 law firms are hiring in Calgary. In Edmonton, 15 law firms are hiring. In Hamilton, 2 law firms are hiring currently. In Toronto, 19 law firms are hiring. Um, and in other regions. Now, see this scheduled articling student. Now, in different places, different provinces, this is Quebec. So from February 2nd, this is going to be open. In Gatineau region is 0. In Montreal, 21 law firms are hiring. In Quebec City, 5 law firms will be hiring for articling in February. And to others, all of these are already inactive because they have been concluded. Now, as soon as other law firms are or other provinces are opening up for applications, they would move under this scheduled area, and so you are able to provide, to apply them. So once this opens, assuming that I uploaded documents in here, I would have been so. For what it's worth, I'm just going to upload a particular um, say I upload my resume, so just so I can show you how that happens. So I have this resume here. um, so I upload, I say resume, right? So I had that, you know it's been processed, and so that record has been added. So let's see, now I can access this area, and so I can see that in Calgary, all of these law firms are open. Bernard Jones, Blake Castles and Graydon, BLG, Bernard Duckworth and Palmer, Dentons Canada. It's all of the law firms that are open. So what do I do? So if I want to say apply to Bernard Jones, first thing you want to do is to click on this document, on this tab. Here you are able to read about the firm and what they need you to do. So it means your cover letter needs to be addressed to Annalisa Sando, blah 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 blah, and all of that. And when you do that, you can close it and you add it to apply list. So once you do that, you do press to apply, right? And then you can start to add your documents in here. And once you've added all the documents that you need for this particular law firm, then you click send application. You see, I cannot send anything now because I have not added any documents here. But once I do that, say I do add to list, then I can click this. But of course, I'm not making any application, so I really do not need to do that. But essentially, that is entirely the process for you to go through to make this application. And once you're done with that, you can then sit back, relax, and wait for the law firms to reach out to you if you have been shortlisted for an interview or anything else. So generally, that is the process of applying for this position. In my subsequent video, I'm going to really drill down on the process, or how to prepare for interviews for Canadian law firms, as well as other things you need to know when making applications for summer positions or even for articling positions. Please let me know if you have any questions. Please like, comment, share this with everybody, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.